I mean, maybe you just strategically decide to sell some ahead of the September 22nd battery day, just in case the million-mile battery doesn't come out. I also think that, look, I recommend the stock at 260, and if you're following, I mean, all my discipline says you got to take the 260 off the table. At the same.
Okay, guys, here we are. Welcome back to stonkanaccis. And if you're new, like and subscribe. And here we go. We got some Wall Street bets action right here. And if don't let the market manipulators shake us out and buy the dip in Apple and Tesla. Double down. It'll stop it. Just the tape. And then we got a $87 price target on Tesla. So they're super bullish over here on Tesla Roddy. And yeah, SpaceX reusable rockets are doing good like always, which is good for Tesla if they get the internet for their cars and for the Tesla maps. Look out, Google. And so I thought about the Tesla 5-to-1 stock split today, and I was thinking that there could be some increased volatility in Tesla due to the 5-to-1 stock split. And as you can see here on their website, each shareholder will get, on August 21st, will receive a dividend of 4 additional shares of common stock for each then held share to be distributed after close of trading on August 28, 2020. Trading will begin on a stock split adjusted basis on August 31st. So I'm thinking from now until then, and also with the election with President Trump coming in around 8 weeks, we could see just increased volatility across the board in all stocks. And then, so Tesla Battery Day is coming in Tuesday, September 22nd at 1:30 Pacific time, and that'll be such hype for Tesla, and I'd imagine also more volatility around that day in the future, and can't wait to see what they do with that. I'll also be covering that when it comes out. And then we got, this is the Tesla news for the day, and then again that $87 price target is pretty insane, but we'll check it out later and see if it's realistic when I get into the charts. And then Tesla could see a 71% gain from this level from Business Insider. So looks like people really don't know what to think about Tesla yet again. And then analysts raised the bull case to 3,500 at Webb Bush, and so yeah, that's pretty crazy right there. But do think it'll hit, some of these crazy price targets, but it'll take time, and there's no telling how high the stock could go in the next 20 to 30 years. But anyway, this is Tesla Battery Day on Google Trends since August 25th. It was at a 7. Nobody was talking about it, and it's just a steady uptrend in the charts, and fell off in June 14th, 2020, and, found a bottom July 4th, and now it's just going to the moon. So would look for this to just keep going parabolic and into Battery Day, and this is good for Tesla stock, I would think. And so here we got the Fear and Greed, and it is at a 73, so people are getting a little bit more greedy than they were last week. And then, so getting into the charts, we do have the 6-hour RSI is lost, and so that is not very good for Tesla. And we got the red dot right here, and it did act as resistance with the EMAs. So would be looking for that to get filled out downwards if it follows through to the higher time frames of the 8-hour and so on. But since we're here at the 6, we did lose RSI, and that's confluence with my momentum indicator. And so yeah, we'll check it back out to the daily and analyze kind of what happened today. So we did get the pullback we were looking at off the 2-hour up here, and it's plunging resistance on the EMA, so that is bearish for Tesla. See here. So the 4-hour RSI did break the EMA. That's also bearish. And it kind of looks like we're in this move of the rally where it could maybe have a small bounce coming in later and then follow through. But let's check out the higher time frames and we'll work our way in. And the monthly still looking fine and healthy on Tesla. And here's the 3-week RSI, and looking a little problematic, like it's turning down. And this kind of happened today, so we'll see. We'll see how this works out going forward. And then 2-week looking healthy and straight up. We'll get a new close in 3 days. And then looking at the weekly, we got the RSI turning down, which is not so good for Tesla. But you can see turned down and just went straight down. So if there is going to be some hope for Tesla, we're going to have to see this guy turn back up. And so we will check this out. But something telling me that it might not be the case is the red in the background and historical volatility. When we came down right here and hit red, and now it's just stayed red the whole time. So if we see this guy start to contract like this and price action just continue to climb to new highs, then I would think that it would just mean we're just still at the beginning of the rally. But all that's good to talk about. But until the higher time frames like the weekly do break the EMA, there's really no bearish things to say about Tesla long term or even short term. But let's hop down to the lower time frames. And as you can see, the 2-day is looking a little problematic right here. Well, not right there, but in the RSI, it is rolling over with bearish divergence from here to here, and then price action going up like this. So if it does break the EMA, I would be looking for a greater pullback, but that won't happen until 1959. So, and that would probably bring us back down to the 21 on the 2-day or somewhere in the red right here. And then checking out the daily. We talked about last video how we could retest the 21 just because we were getting overextended at it. And yeah, looking like, same type of bearish divergence on the daily. And then 16-hour, it will load. Same thing, really nothing else changing with it. And yeah, so if we see the 6-hour lead down in, that'll be pretty problematic. But we'll go down and check out the lower time frames for anybody looking at them. And yeah, really nothing to be seen here. And we'll go down to the 30-minute. That's about as low as I'll look at. And then yeah, we got the golden cross right here of the purple and the green. So worst case scenario, I would look for it to get picked up somewhere in the 17 to 1600 region. But other than that, we will check out the deep diving charts right here. And so we had yesterday, we were looking at this as a potential top out of this pattern and a pullback into the range somewhere in here on, let's go down back up to the daily. Nah, I lied. We'll go back to the 4-hour. Okay, so we were looking for a 13% pullback, which has not played out yet. And as you can see, we're just now breaking 4-hour RSI. So maybe would be looking for this move to get hit, but like I said, until we get followed through on the 10-hour, there's really nothing to be said there. And then also looking at our support resistance, we did bounce it right here and put in a inverse head and shoulder on the 5-minute. So as long as we're above 2,000 on price action, I would be looking for everything to be more or less fine or healthy. And then checking out the 2-hour, if it does break down past 2,000, then I would be looking for 1894 as a bounce. But ultimately, if it goes down to 1894, there's really not much stopping it from this price point right here. And that's the daily 21 coming in at 1688, which is my next support resistance zone coming off these two levels right here. But it will be working its way up over time if Tesla decided to go sideways here. But after looking at the 6 hour, I do think we'll come back to reality and touch somewhere in here, or worst case scenario, if the markets did want to play out some downside, then the weekly could come all the way back down to the purple moving average at 500. But yeah, dude, the guy who is calling out the $84 Tesla, let's just do a little bit of basic math on this. Okay, so, and we'll just look at last time. This is coronavirus, one of the worst meltdowns in like 10 years. So, this. So a 63% retracement from the peak to the bottom. So if we did that from here, not saying this this is a local top at all, but 63% down would put us at 790, which is the point of control off the VPVR, which means most Tesla shares were accumulated in this zone and could potentially go down there, which is fine. It'd still be bullish on the higher time frames probably. But this guy, he said $84. Let's just see here. $84. Where would that put us? Yeah, it'd be almost 100% retracement. So yeah, good luck with that. I mean, Elon could literally say he has no batteries for battery day or no good news, and the stock would probably go up. So yeah, good luck with that one, bro. And then also, if you're still with me, the biggest gainer on Wall Street bets today on my index here is not this stock. Hang on. The biggest gainer is Shield and Rocket. But I feel like I can already see the memes on this one. It's gonna be I got wrecked in in Rocket. But also the biggest losers in OVO. What happened, man? But yeah, let's get back to Tesla. Let's get back to business. Okay, so now we will check out our other momentum oscillators here. Checking out the MACD, we are looking like we're losing a little bit of momentum here on the daily. And let's see, any bearish divergence? So on the 6 hour, we are turning red on squeeze momentum indicator, which is not so good for Tesla, but not a death sentence either. And then a little bit of bearish divergence from here to here in the MACD, which is also bearish. And yeah, 4 hour losing it. And then checking out the 1 hour, looking like we might be bottoming off, putting in a little bit of hidden bullish divergence from this point to this point. So could be a little overdone, but I'm just going to be sticking with the 6 hour, and that's going to show me the direction. So that's kind of how I feel about it. And then we'll check out the S&P real quick, and it had a big up move today. We've been kind of speaking about it as a potential breakout. And once you set all-time highs, you basically break out of support resistance. So could we see this guy fill out the upside range like we were talking about yesterday? Would be something I would like to see. But checking out our other oscillators on the S&P. Oh my goodness, sorry guys. Okay. So now we would have the next target at 380 in the S&P 500, which is the 1.272 Fibonacci. So really nothing stopping it. And then we did bounce the daily and continuation signal right there. So would be looking over time for this guy to keep reaching. And then we'll see how it rolls over to the higher time frames with that push it had today. So on the weekly, we did break the EMAs, and that's bullish for the S&P. But on the 2-week, really nothing stopping it until up here. So if we estimate there's something up here stopping it, maybe we're saying it's the 380 target. Do we run into resistance right here in the S&P? So would be looking for something like that to happen, but and then also we'd be at a 70 on RSI if it got to a 368. So we'll throw an alert right there. That way we know when we're at a 70 RSI if it lines up with this target off of the 2-week right here. And then also the monthly is kind of more of the same. Saying we have a lot of room to the upside in the S&P. And then also on the S&P 500, it did bounce. Basically, every time we get in this zone or bounce the purple, it's a launch pad. Just like right here, launch pad in August 2011. Right here, launch pad for the future. Just pretty speculative, and we'll just have to see over time about this if it launch pads. Nothing always repeats itself, but sometimes it rhymes. And just launch pad right here, down to the purple 200 on the monthly. And that's what happened. Set off a bull market. So did we just set off a bull market right here? Time will tell. But I'll leave it off with that, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. You guys are the best. Stay tuned for next time.